is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on News 3 Live at 4, winter has come early. Is there more snow on the way? Storm Team 3's Jared Streeter has your weekend forecast.
Plus, a local business is preparing to close up shop after 20 years. Hear how long you have to take advantage of some deals before their last day.
And remembering a Macomb veteran and the oldest survivor of Iwo Jima, the impact one man made in his community. News 3 Live at 4 starts now.
Live from Saline Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Yeah, lots of scraping of cars and sidewalks this morning as snow covers the Macomb area.
We were treated to an early dose of winter last night and into this morning, with the area being blanketed in snow. Storm Team 3's Jared Streeter is here to tell us just how much snow we got. Jared?
Thank you, guys. As you can see on the radar, all this nasty weather is actually on its way out of the area, so we're not going to have to worry about that too much. Here is a map of our totals, however. I pulled this from the National Weather Service site. This little area right here is what Macomb was at, and then I put my cursor over it so you can see a total of 6 inches. That was 4 inches last night and 2 inches the night before that we got total the past 2 days. But luckily, again, like I stated, there's high pressure moving in, starting to move this nasty stuff out of our area. But what that's going to do for tonight, however, it's going to move the clouds out. It's going to remove that little bit of heat blanket that the clouds would normally trap that heat in there for the night. So for trick-or-treating tonight, you're going to see temperatures right around 21 degrees with the winds right around 6 miles an hour. So it's going to seem much cooler than it actually is going to be. I'm going to send that back over to you, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Jared. The weather may be spooky, but that isn't stopping trick-or-treaters in Macomb. Trick-or-treating will go on this evening despite the weather. Turn a porch light on if you want to welcome trick-or-treaters. Use extra caution while driving through neighborhoods during these hours.
And due to the snowy conditions outside, Table Grove is changing their trick-or-treating times. It will take place on Friday, November 1st from 5 to 7:30 p.m. Turn your porch light on to welcome trick-or-treaters. And in case you don't want to be outside tonight in the cold and the snow, the Bushnell VFW is hosting their own trick-or-treating event in the banquet room tonight. From 5 until 7 p.m., you can decorate a table and hand out candy to the kids to make it a fun and warm event for all.
And don't forget, this weekend it's time to fall back for daylight savings time. Make sure you set your clocks back an hour before going to bed Saturday night. Time changes at 2 a.m. Saturday morning. And because of the loss of daylight hours, the city of Macomb is changing their operating times for their yard waste site. Starting Saturday, the site will be open starting at 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. The waste site is open Thursday through Saturday.
Well, today the 24th Illinois State Trooper Squad car was hit while a trooper was on the side of the interstate handling a crash. The squad car was parked along the right shoulder of I-74 with the emergency lights on. The driver failed to move over and struck the squad car, causing minor damages to both vehicles. No one was injured. The driver was charged with failure to move over for a stationary vehicle, emergency vehicle. Illinois State Police are reminding you to move over and slow down, especially in winter weather conditions.
One woman is in jail after leading Macomb police on a pursuit. Macomb police arrested 30-year-old Ariel Harrison Saturday night after she nearly hit a person while parked in the middle of East Murray Street. Once police arrived on scene, Harrison drove off, driving the wrong way on North Lafayette Street. Police say once they stopped the vehicle, Harrison refused to get out of the car, pushing officers. After police arrested Harrison, she hit another inmate in jail. She remains in the McDonough County Jail.
Well, Rushville police are investigating more than a dozen of car break-ins that happened all within a few hours. Police say 35 cars were broken into early Saturday morning on the east side of town. Chief Rick White says most of the vehicles were unlocked except 2. Wright says cash, change, medication, and car chargers were taken. The chief says this is the first time this string of break-ins have happened in Rushville in years. Police say they are looking into some leads and persons of interest. You contact the Rushville Police Department if you have any information. You can remain anonymous.
The city of Macomb is remembering resident and last known surviving Marine of the Battle of Iwo Jima, John Moon. Moon passed away earlier this week. He gained national attention when he sang the national anthem at Western Hall before a women's basketball game 2 years ago.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what the world to beheld as
Moon graduated from WIU in 1939 before serving in the Marines during World War II. His performance during the national anthem garnered national attention from ESPN and was a very active member in the WIU and Macomb communities. Funeral services are still pending.
Well, with the snow outside, it may have you thinking about Christmas time, and a local business that's closing says you may want to stop by for the holiday season. After 20 years, Yesterday's Treasures off of Highway 67 and Good Hope will be closing at the end of the year. Everything in the store is on sale for 20 to 70% off. Among the antiques are glassware, jewelry, artifacts, coins, and more. And over the next couple of months, owner Tom Howard is wanting to get rid of what's left. Howard says he's grateful for the support from the community throughout the time in business.
We've had loyal customers for 20 years. They come back, a lot of times they come once a week, sometimes they come once a month or every other month, but it's been a consistent business over the 20 years we've been here.
Howard says the building will be owned by his children, but he's unsure of what's next for the building. He says anything left by the end of the year will be donated to charities. Yesterday's Treasures is open Friday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
A historic Halloween in Washington, D.C., as the House votes on a resolution that formalizes the rules for the impeachment inquiry against President Trump.
President Trump showing confidence in his party, tweeting that Republicans are unified and energized against this impeachment nonsense. Supporters say Democratic officials haven't been handling this matter fairly.
Unlike during the inquiries around both President Clinton and President Nixon, they've denied President Trump basic due process rights and are cutting his counsel out of the process in an unprecedented way.
Critics of the president disagree, saying Mr. Trump is in this predicament because of unethical behavior, including his phone call with the Ukrainian president in July.
Our current occupant of the White House says, Article 2 says that I can do whatever I want. Well, that just isn't so.
And politicians aren't the only ones with opposite opinions. Voters are also split.
I think he deserves to be impeached. Absolutely.
They're mad they lost and just trying to get him out.
Looking ahead, Democratic House impeachment investigators have invited former National Security Advisor John Bolton to testify behind closed doors next week. But Bolton's lawyer says that won't happen without a subpoena. If Bolton does testify, he'll be the most senior witness to do so thus far in this inquiry. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
President Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, saying his call with the Ukrainian president was perfect.
Still to come on News 3 Live at 4, new developments on the Chicago teacher strike. Find out what's next for Chicago schools.
Plus, more about the hundreds of wildfires in California and how first responders are working to contain them. News 3 Live at 4 will be right back.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 is back.
Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. Your potential is our purpose. Explore your talents in a place you belong.
taking me home, bring me back.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back to Live at 4. Students in Chicago will return to school tomorrow after teachers have spent the past 11 days on strike. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot announced earlier this afternoon the walkout is over after a lengthy closed-door morning. The strike started nearly 2 weeks ago when teachers in the Chicago Public School District could not agree on a new contract with the mayor. Today, the city agreed to reduce class sizes and a 16% salary increase over the 5 years.
Hundreds of fires are blazing across California today as firefighters work throughout the state to contain the flames, even as new fires spring up. But officials say despite the conditions, things may be looking up. Daryl Forges reports.
Throughout the Golden State. In San Bernardino, several homes set ablaze as the hillside fire spread rapidly into neighborhoods before dawn.
Approximately 1:40 this morning, we were dispatched to a vegetation fire. At this point, initial assessments are we have 6 homes and 2 outbuildings consumed or damaged by the fire.
High winds threaten to stoke the flames further as millions in Southern California remain under red flag warnings.
When we first got on scene of the fire, we had a wind-driven, rapid rate of spread fire heading downhill into the city of San Bernardino. The weather is going to be a challenge to us today.
In Northern California, officials are optimistic, saying they made progress towards containing the week-old Kincaid fire.
There is still a risk for the fire to spread, but if you look at the numbers for the last several days, the fire has not gotten significantly larger. We're not expecting heavy wind conditions for the next 7 days, so we should be able to stay very well secured with this fire.
Fortunately, residents can begin to breathe a sigh of relief as the winds will lighten up heading into the weekend. In Ventura County, I'm Daryl Forges.
Firefighters are continuing to fight the fires, and officials are hoping the weather over the weekend will slow them down. Well, the WIU Art Department is hosting its final first Wednesday of the semester next week and wants you to come and have some fun with art. First Wednesday allows students and members of the community to come out and try different types of art for free while spending time with friends and family. WIU Professor of Art Susan Shakolsky wants the community to come and experience everything the art department has to offer.
They think, oh, the art department, that's just drawing. But we do so many things over here. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to use our students and faculty and open our doors and just show everybody what we do and how well we do it.
The final first Wednesday of the semester will be taking place next Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. in Garwood Hall. Activities include printmaking, silk screening, and a Photoshop class, and ornament making. The event is open and free for everyone.
Well, besides candy, trick-or-treating, witches, and ghouls, one haunted house in our area is closing its coffin for the final time tonight. News 3's Emma Horry explains who are the Paynes.
The House of Pain and Good Hope has been scaring people for the last 10 years.
And we've expanded every year on things that we've done.
And this year, Brad and his wife, Sarah Payne, have decided to hang up their ghoulish costumes for the last time.
The ages, we're getting older, it takes time. So it is time to pass this on.
It's going to be bittersweet. We left it on it, so it was kind of a hard decision.
But the haunted house has more than the family of Paynes scaring its visitors.
I'm really good friends with their son. He asked me to come out and help, and I was like, no problem. It's a lot of fun to scare people.
I blew out my voice screaming, but usually haunted houses are over expensive. It was free, so I felt like I would love to help out someone who's letting the community have a fun time.
What started from something small grew into a spooktacular event, making strangers in a family as they scare their victims.
Really, it's just for the community. It's for a great cause.
Compared to other haunted houses, these goblins and ghouls are scaring people for a good cause.
And I said that'd be kind of cool to help with, and then I found out that it all went to a good cause, all the candy and stuff that she collects. So I thought I'd come out, scare a few people, and have fun doing it.
The Paynes donated the money and non-perishable food items to families in need. Reporting from News 3, I'm Emma Horry.
The House of Pain's final scare is tonight. You can visit them at 410 North Union Street in Good Hope from 6 to 9 p.m.
With snow out of our area finally, I will whenever we come back, I'll have more on what's to come as we head into the weekend.
Rooted in teaching tradition, the desire to impact lives through education marks our Western identity. We believe every student with the hope to succeed deserves a chance at our institution. We're invested in honing each student's individual strengths to turn that hope into promise. Our commitment shows in everything that we do. It guides our faculty with empathy. It grows our students with courage. It moves each of us with purpose. In Macomb and Quad Cities, all walks of life meet to share cultures, ideas, and aspirations. Together, our students welcome new perspectives, helping them bring true value wherever they go next. Whatever the next challenge or change we face, our fighting spirit strengthens and evolves. With fortitude, we remain devoted to our vision. Brave and loyal, we stand as Leathernecks. For our students, for our region, for our state, and beyond. And when we stand together, we stand up for what matters, going forth as one. And that unity takes us far beyond what we've ever imagined.
Welcome back and good afternoon, Macomb. It is a very chilly day outside. 31 degrees out, dew point right around 24 degrees, humidity right around 75%. The winds, however, are what's making today feel even more bitter. Winds are about 18 miles an hour, but the gusts are reaching upwards of like 30 miles an hour right now, which is the wind's just going right through you as you're walking around. Our average high is this time of year about 59 degrees, which as you can see we are well below. Average low 37 degrees. Our record high this time of year about 86 degrees. Our record low about 13 degrees. Looking at our surface map, again, we do have some high pressure that's starting to move the nasty snow that we've had the past couple days out of our area, kind of give us a little bit of a break finally from dealing with that. So we're not going to see much more than that. The clouds are actually going to start to clear up. As you can see on our infrared map, we can start to see the clouds starting to move out of our area. It's going to be much clearer tonight, and like I said, that's going to start to affect our temperatures because the heat blanket's not going to be able to hold as much heat. Therefore, it's going to be much cooler tonight as we head overnight. Again, our radar, all the clouds and everything, all the storms, rain, snow is all heading out of our area. Looking at our temperatures for today, again, 30 degrees, that 31 degrees, correction on that. Here in Macomb, 31 up in Burlington. Down in Keokuk, about 33 degrees, 32 down in Beardstown. Looking at tonight, this is when they're going to just drop off. 21 degrees here in Macomb. Winds, again, are going to be about 5 miles an hour, so it's going to be a bit cooler as you're walking around tonight trick-or-treating. Beardstown, 25 degrees. Quincy, 26 degrees down there in Burlington. You can see about 24 degrees. Looking at tomorrow's temperatures, we are going to get a little bit of a spike in temperature, luckily. 41 degrees here in Macomb. Beardstown, about 50 degrees. Keokuk over there, about 45. Quincy, 50 as well. So a little bit of a break in the cold that we've had as well. 27 here in Macomb tomorrow night, however. Beardstown 33 degrees and Quincy is going to see about 33 degrees as well. Looking at tonight again for trick-or-treating, 21 degrees, winds about 6 miles an hour, so it is going to feel a little bit cooler with the winds and the wind gusts. As we head into tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny, about 41 degrees. The winds a little bit slower, about south about 5 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and look at our 5-day forecast. You can see Friday, 41 degrees with a low of 27. Looking at Saturday, high of 39, all sun with a low of 26. As we're looking at Sunday, high of 47, partly cloudy with a low of 34. This Monday, when we start our week, we are going to be back up in the 50s and more fall-like temperatures, 51 degrees with a low of 34. Tuesday with a high of 45 and a low of 28.
So are you the one to blame for all of this snow?
I did not do the snow dance. No, I do not like the snow.
I mean, but so there is upside to this, is that we're warming up, really.
A lot of it is melted off too. Like I said earlier, 6 inches was our totals. You can't really tell outside. It's all kind of
6 inches here?
6 inches total.
Wow.
4 inches last night alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Insane. Jalen, what you got for sports?
Thanks, Kelly. Coming up in sports on Live at 4, Macomb High School volleyball team faces the Beardstown Tigers. Results of that game coming up. Plus, Western Illinois University men's basketball team gets ready for their first game next week. See what guard Kobe Webster has to say about the upcoming season. That and more coming up in sports.
Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. Your potential is our purpose. Explore your talents in a place you belong. Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. You are unique, and we are committed to you. Become the future you at WIU Quad Cities.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Jalen Reeves. The journey to state is underway for the Macomb High School volleyball team. The Bombers are a 2 seed in the Class 2A bracket. MHS took on the 9th seed Beardstown in the regional semifinals on Tuesday in Rushville. And from the opening serve, it was all Macomb. Victoria Wing gets a block to give the Macomb Bombers a point. Later on in the game in the first set, the Bombers set up Tatum Lance to kill to extend the Bomber lead. The Bombers would win that first set, and in the second set, after a long Valley, Avery Rex Road fakes out to the Tigers defense to score a point. Onto the match point, Leo McKee attempts to go for the kill. Beardstown is able to keep it alive, but only for a moment as they drop the ball, and that gives the Macomb the win. 2-0. The Bombers play tonight against the first seed Illini West in the regional final, and the Bombers head coach Brianna Rexroth knows her team is in for a challenge.
They are
just being more efficient.
They are scrappy and they have a lot of fight in them, and they've had a good season. They're about 26 wins also, so they've had a good strong season of winning, and they don't like to lose either. So, you know, it's just we were right with them in the beginning of the season, so it looks to be a good game.
That matchup will take place tonight. Game is scheduled for 6 p.m. The winner of this game will move on to the Class 2A sectionals starting Monday night in Pleasant Plains. We're just 5 days until the Western Illinois University men's basketball team season tips off. Western is predicted to finish 7th in the Summit League standings. After finishing 8th a year ago, the Leathernecks made history last season, becoming the first seed to defeat an 8th seed in the Summit League tournament. When they defeated South Dakota State, Western returns 4 starters from last year, including their leading scorer, Kobe Webster. The junior guard started all 31 games while averaging 17 points last season. Webster was selected as a preseason first-team All-Summit League player and is looking to have another breakout season.
Like I said, I got a chip on my shoulder this year after losing to North Dakota State in that tough loss out in Sioux Falls. So I know, just like the rest of the guys, I got a chip on my shoulder, and just looking to build on it and be more efficient in everything I do.
That's sports. Final word is next.
Are home to professional athletes and actors, lawmakers, CEOs, a civil rights leader,
and a 3-star general, plus over 100,000 other impressive alumni.
Our programs are mighty. Our law enforcement program is the largest in the state of Illinois and is known internationally.
Supply chain management boasts a nearly 100% job placement rating.
And cornfields might surround us, but we have a fine arts program that can rival any large city.
It's okay to take courses in wine tasting, wedding planning,
scuba diving, grain drying, Renaissance art,
engineering computational methods, or advanced federal taxation.
Sometimes our classes even take us to Disney World.
The Apostle Islands, Greece, France, all around the world.
For fun, we spray paint a bulldog statue, race cardboard boats, and shave our heads and dance all night to raise money for charities.
Not only do we paint the paws before homecoming, but we show our love for our mighty mascot, Colonel Rock, with painted statues all over town.
Sometimes we play volleyball with a giant ping ball, and sometimes we play in the mud.
It's totally normal to look at our res hall windows and see a hot air balloon floating by.
Or experience all 4 seasons in one day.
Hey alumni, jump on that Amtrak from Chicago or St. Louis or anywhere in between.
And come back to get a horseshoe,
listen to the award-winning Jazz Studio Orchestra,
or tailgate before a D1 game.
Not every school can say they started the 4-year cost guarantee program
and have a second campus on the banks of the mighty Mississippi.
We are Western Illinois University.
And we are the Leathernecks.
Well, we know it's fall, but it is also Halloween, and snow is outside, so everyone who's going out for trick-or-treating, what should they expect?
So tonight, the temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler, about 21 degrees as you head into tonight. Luckily, the winds are going to die down, so it's not going to be as bitter as it's been throughout today. But as you head into tomorrow, it's going to be sunny with a high of 41, low of 27. Then our weekend's going to be relatively pleasant with a high of 39 on Saturday. And then Sunday, partly cloudy with a high of 47 and a low of 34. Coming back on Monday, however, finally we're going to see the 50-degree temperatures, 51 with a low of 34 on Monday.
So we just have to get through today, and we'll start going up.
Start to feel the warmth come back a little bit.
I wish I was dressing up as an Eskimo tonight because I'm going to need it.
All right, well, thanks, Jared, and thank you. That's all for us today.
But we are online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
And be sure to join Kelly and I tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Good Morning Macomb. But for now, from all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.